Well, this is just getting silly. Hi, Mum. Yeah, I'm a bit down. All the big boys are being mean to me in China, and I don't know what to do about it. What do you mean, man up? I can't man up. I'm a nerd playing a spreadsheet game on the internet. Well, I thought you were going to be a bit more supportive than that, but okay, fair enough. Thanks anyway. Cheers. Oh well, here we go, episode 4. Welcome back to Renhe Beijing, everyone. It is going really, really badly. I don't know what to do, to be honest, to make this any better than it's going. It's just so dreadful. Although, having said that, the last game that I played was against Wuhan, and we only lost 2-0. So that's an improvement in itself after a couple of 3-1s and a 4-1 before that. So maybe that's the first sign of improvement. Today, though, Zhejiang we play, and they're sitting 4th in the Chinese Super League currently, whilst we sit really, really rock bottom. So it's another tricky game, although after this one, the next 3 or so matches are sort of mid to lower table side. So maybe that's when we can start picking up the points. But today, I feel like it's going to be another really, really tricky one. So unfortunately for this match, we've also got a couple of an injury and a suspension, should I say. So the injury is Bo Yang, who plays at right fullback for me. Normally, he's out for today, and his replacement isn't fantastic, to be honest. Chen Yang, you can see he's dreadful. But this is the problem. I couldn't find a way to upgrade every member of my squad through financial reasons, through foreigner rule reasons. All sorts of things have prevented me from doing what I really wanted to do with trying to rebuild this squad. And it feels like both hands are pretty much tied behind my back, let alone one of them. So that's the way we have to play the game, though. We're just going to get on with it. The other one, unfortunately, is one of the really, really big players for us in central midfield, Mulumbi. And he's going to be out for a suspension, having picked up yellow cards. So that means he's missing for today as well. So it's a bit of a problem. We have changed the structure of play slightly. Whatever I've been doing hasn't been working so far, it must be said. So we still remain at 4 at the back just because the defenders that we've got, this is the best that we can do, I would suggest. We've changed and dropped one of our central midfielders back into the deep-lying sort of midfield position, just so he can be a bit more protective of our back line, hopefully. We still have that one player just off the left-hand side just because we don't have any left-sided players really that are decent enough. And so we've got a bit more route one. So we're going to see if from this point we can chuck it over the top. We've got 3 players plus a couple of attacking Metzalas as well. Hopefully, we can really, really bombard them with the long ball and see if that will work for us. We'll have to wait and see. It's just another experiment at this point because we are so dreadful and so far behind everybody else now. I think this is basically already done for this season, but we'll give it as good as a go as we can. We've been really unlucky with the types of play of the teams that we've been playing in terms of their position in the league. Again, another 4th place side today, so no better for today. But just on the horizon, a couple of slightly easier games, hopefully. But anyway, for today's match, we've got Ho Yu in goal. We've got Yang at right back, Felipe at left back, Zhuan and Clayton in central defence, Peng, Duna, Kang and Yongjing in central midfield, with Pereira on the right and Yang Yang up top, and a bunch of other players on the bench. And unfortunately, a couple of key players missing. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So So in terms of team talk, I've gone with the assistant manager's recommendation of saying we're huge underdogs here. Let's just go out there, no pressure to succeed, and show everybody what we're capable of. It left a little bit of insecurity in amongst the side, unfortunately, but we are at home today. Hopefully the three people in the crowd or whatever it is for today's match can really boost us and give us a bit of a jolt in the arm to get going and properly do something here. But don't hold your breath. Let's see what happens. So unfortunately, we're under pressure immediately. And after 7 minutes, we go 1-0 down already. Oh boy. This team is dreadful. It really, totally, truly is. And it's so difficult when you're right at the bottom in this kind of league where you've already got your foreign quota in, so you can't buy foreign players, but the foreign players you have got are the best players in your squad, but you can't play all of them because of the foreign restriction rules, and the Chinese players you can bring in aren't good enough to make a difference to your squad. And there's some really, really financially very big sides in this division that have got some extraordinarily good players, and it's really, really hard. I'd kind of like, almost as a bit of a, what's the word? It's a bit mad, really, but I'd kind of like to have a go at the Chinese Super League from a slightly different perspective and go in at the beginning of the season where you can properly do a rebuild of a squad in the first transfer window before getting going and really set yourself out and see whether it's possible to succeed in China, really, against some of the big boys. But coming in at this point with a team that is so rooted to the bottom and so predicted to go back down again, one step too far this one might be, but there we go. 1-0 at half time, not too bad, but you can see they've had all of the game, 67% possession. We've had one shot at goal. It was on target, but only one shot on goal. They've had 12 and 5, and we're not very good. Anyway, let's point the finger. I expect to see a better performance in the second half. Let's go into the tactics and just see if we can change a little bit. Let's go into the balance mentality. In possession, we're going to lower the tempo quite considerably. We can't really time waste. Play for set pieces, hit early balls. Let's go shoot on sight as well. Why not? Be more disciplined. That'll do for now. I still want to maintain the route one a little bit just because it's not really been given a chance, has it, so far? But it's not going great again. Having said that, 2-0 in the last game, it was an improvement in terms of the loss that we received compared to the previous ones that we'd had. So maybe we'll only get beat 1-0 today. Who knows? And that will give us something to work with when we play some slightly lesser sides in the next couple of games. But again, we've lost the ball and they counter-attack on us down the left-hand side. Well, cut slightly further inside. And then a really tame shot, wasn't it, really? And the goalkeeper can kind of sigh a bit of relief. But the cross comes in for a free kick. And on this occasion, there is no sighing with relief. We go 2-0 down at 60 minutes. A good deep cross from the free kick position. At the back post, we got outmanned and outpowered, really. There was like 2 or 3 guys coming in on that back post compared to our one that was trying to mark everybody there. And it's a corner kick. And we managed to just about get away with that. 2 or 3 occasions we blocked really close range shots. And at 66 minutes, we're going to go back in. We're going to make a couple of personnel changes. And I suspect we might make a tactical change as well, because nothing is working. In danger of losing discipline is Zhuan at the back. Yeah, okay, fine. We've got some really dreadful ratings again. Yang, the guy that I was hoping would come in and score goals, isn't doing it. He can come out. Actually, let's cancel that. I've got a better idea. Let's go back in and we're going to go into the 4-4-2 instead. So we are going to move this guy out wide left and we're going to take off, who's this one? Kang. And we're going to put our second striker, Zhejiang, on. And then we're going to switch him up front. Let's do that. And we're going to play a 4-4-2. because why not, basically? Why can I never click onto these bits? There you go, that's better. So we're going to make those changes to start off with. We're going to make a change at the back just to protect Zhejiang a little bit. So Chen Yan can come in and play central defence for us. And then we're going to make a wide area kind of change as well and take Pereira off and put Yu Feng on down that right-hand side. Confirm all of that. And we're going to go route 1 on a 4-4-2 and see whether that makes any difference whatsoever. At least they've given 2 players up front to worry about for their defensive unit. But whether or not they're capable of doing anything, who knows? If you've got any suggestions, I mean, as to what you would do and how you would try and change it, I'm all ears, because at this precise moment, there's not really much else I can do. I've changed the formation, I've changed the tactics, I've changed the personnel. I've tried to buy a more balanced squad in terms of the mid-season window, just to give us a few more options, and none of it has worked so far. And again, we're losing 2-0 with about 5 minutes to go. If we can keep it to 2-0 at this point, okay, that's one of those things. We'll have to take it. I don't really want to lose another goal just at the last minute, because that will help. That will lessen the momentum and the motivation for the next couple of games. And there are some better teams coming up. I do promise you, we've got some slightly easier games to come. So hopefully that's going to make all the difference. But we're going to play the ball around for the last couple of seconds, waste a little bit of time, not really boot it forward on the route 1 that I really wanted them to be doing and putting them under pressure. There it goes. Yang through on goal. And he gets tackled at the last ditch at the top of the 6-yard box. And it goes out for a corner kick. At least we put a little bit of pressure on. And Clayton's going to pick up that loose ball and drop it back to Felipe. And that's going to be it. Another game comes and goes. Another game with no points. A couple of shots at goal. Not really too many on target. And this is the most awful squad I've ever had to work with, I think, in any of these challenges. And I'm absolutely baffled as to what to do to change it. Anyway, I mean, you know, it's an adventure, isn't it, in China? We'll have to wait and see where that leads us for the rest of the season. But again, we'll say we're not happy with the performance. Come straight back out of them. And go and check in with the league. We're now still on 8 points after 20 matches. There's only another 10 games to go. And we've got to make up a 7-point gap, basically, to get out of the relegation area in those 10 games. Yeah, good luck me. I think we're going to need it. So we're just going to go and check in with the schedule page and just see where we're up to and where we've got next. So we play every other game on this just through to the end of the season, just so you're aware. And it's Chongqing that we're coming up to next. And let's go and check where they are sitting in the league. 15th position, so just above us in the league, really. And these are the sorts of games where if we're going to get anywhere at all, we need to win. What about the next game off the episode as well? They're in 7th. So they're beginning to drop in terms of where we're playing our current opponents. But even so, it's really, really hard, isn't it? It really is. It's going to be very, very tricky to make any indentation on this at all, I would imagine. We've basically lost every game. We've hardly scored a goal. We've let in bucket loads. And we are generally dreadful. And I feel like I might need another conversation with my mum. Oh, dear. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. I hope you're enjoying the series, this little look into the Chinese Super League, however dreadful we are. There are some really good teams in here. As I say, I'd quite like to give it a go with maybe another team at some point in another Football Manager iteration in the future. It could be a bit of a bogey league for me for a while, but yeah, one day we might revisit it. This time round, I think we're going to lose, and I think we're going to do it really badly. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more pain and misery as we go through the rest of the Relegation Rescue series. Click that like button on this particular episode. I don't know why, but just do it because it helps the channel. That would be really cool, thank you. Until next time, though, take care of yourselves. I'm losing the will to live here. Bye for now.